Hey guys, it's David again. I just want to show you the progress made in the ballroom if I can. And quite a lot's been done. We've replaced pretty much all of the textures with our texture artist Daryl's textures. The only things that haven't been changed are these floor stone tile things by here. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much Daryl's custom textures, except for the ones being used in the models, obviously. So if I just fly up for a second, just to give you a nice view of the whole place. So I decided not to have the grass patches out here because you couldn't actually see them anyway, so it was just a waste of processing space. Got the materials on the hedge maze, the same as the floor if you can believe it, but just a little bit brighter. And then of course we've got the ballroom, which is now completely finished. So this will be what you play in the final version. So I'm going to speed run through this as quickly as possible. I've got a frame rate of about 19 frames per second, so it should be okay to watch, I guess. It's probably lower frames per second in the actual Fraps program than what you'll see on the YouTube video, I would have thought. But anyway, all the lighting's been built for this, all the matinee sequences, all the Kismet sequences. This door won't be here, by the way, that will be removed. I just haven't had... well, I have had the time, I just didn't remove it before I did the lighting build, so I don't want to delete the geometry and then do a whole lighting build again. So this will be the direction the player takes. You've now got forks and spoons and wine bottles on the tables. All the lighting's been done. You've got real-time shadows from the interior actor by here. So this is all matinee sequence, which I've made myself. We could have animated the chandelier to swing by itself and fall like it has there, but it's just easier to animate in matinee because, you know, all of this is prototyping in effect. You know, we've been trying to do it to the final quality as closely as possible, but really this is a kind of proof of concept almost. Oh dear. It doesn't help that I got a low frame rate right now recording as well. Right, so you got this room by here. This is going to be the cellar room. The textures on the barrels are just the wood textures that we've got for the floor. They'll be changed to barrel textures. There's just a few things that Daryl needs to texture, and then we're pretty much done. And here's my favourite bit of the level. This is so cool. It's kind of like a Inception glass shattering moment with all the fracture elements of the window. And this took ages to animate, this next part, because every beam needed to be animated falling. And again, I haven't done a physics simulation in Maya and then attached the keyframe, so these beams falling, these are hand animated by me. You can tell they're hand animated, but I think they're pretty good considering I hand animated them in Matinee, you know, without using any Maya animation tools. We've gone for sake of convenience with designing the ballroom. We haven't gone for, you know, oh, let's rig a skeleton up to this beam and let's do all this. We've just gone for what's easiest, what's most convenient, what gets the job done. So, oh, these tables rotate, and just wait for them to rotate the other way if you really want to. And then make a jump. As I said, the low frame rate does not help right now, but it's playable. Just to show you. So you can walk on these. I purposely made them close enough for you to walk on because if the jump didn't work for some reason, or you weren't very good at jumping, you could just walk on them. Nathan and Daryl and Ryan find that this jumping section's a bit hard and they kept falling all the time. Personally, this feels right to me. Oh, flight, quick. Oh no, I died. Okay, let me just go back over, because I do need to show you this pillar bit. It's quite awesome. So let's assume that I jumped onto the pillar and I didn't die, because we haven't got a checkpoint system done yet. So, as you can see, these pillars bend down. You have to time your jumps. You have to kind of jump forward and then pull yourself back, because if you keep jumping forward, you'll actually overshoot the pillars. So there's a lot of skill. You have to sort of hold W and then press D at the last minute to sort of pull back. and then you have the door, and then you've completed the level. So that's the whole ballroom finished, finally. After around 8 weeks of designing and iterating and changing things, it's pretty much done. All the matinee sequences are in place, all the Kismet nodes are in place, all the materials have been switched out. We've used a few UDK assets like the mountains and the trees, but otherwise this is the ballroom done in effect. These brick textures need to be changed a little bit to be less linear and more organic, kind of like the stone floor texture by here. But other than that, it's done. This is it. This is, as I said, 8 weeks of my work. It hasn't been non-stop work because we've had other stuff to do, but this has been 8 weeks of steady work, you know, spending a good few hours every week, you know, at least 10 hours a week. A lot of design changes have been made, you know. This hasn't just been one process from start to finish. There's been a lot of, oh, this needs to be changed, or this could be better if it was this way. So this is the final version. There are no more iterations. There are no more size changes or scale changes. This is the ballroom. So thanks for keeping up with these weekly updates. I will do one last update to show the complete ballroom working, hopefully with the checkpoint system if we figure out how to do it, and with the final textures in, because it's just a few like the barrel textures and I forgot there was another texture that I needed to change as well. Oh, the brick textures, that's it. So we'll show a final version of it, which we won't be changing, which will be going in the final build in the exe file, excuse me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the last video update in a week or two.